Hello, welcome to our youtube.com NDTV segment. This is where we ask you, our viewers, what you think the most important story of the day is, what you think the most important story should be, and then depending on what you say, we then focus on that story. We then send our resources, send our reporters out to cover that story. So after putting you in the driver's seat, where you get to be the editor, you get to decide, you get to speak, these are the options that you have picked. The top stories, the options given to you were: this isn't a drill, WHO warning countries on coronavirus, or the withdrawal cap worrying yes bank depositors, or was it the UP government coming up with this new scheme where they name and shame CAA violence accused? Remember, they have called them accused. The High Court has pointed out that the government and the police had no evidence when they held bail hearings for these so-called accused. Of course, the UP government has still gone ahead with this name and shame scheme. Was it that horrific video that NDTV has accessed of shooters and rioters attacking persons from a hospital roof during the Delhi riots, or is it that big award for NDTV that NDTV is getting for its coverage of the Kathua rape case? Those are the options, and you all, our viewers, 2,600 of you have voted, and you have picked the WHO warning countries on coronavirus. 49% of our viewers who voted picked this story. That's the story that matters most to you, because remember, coronavirus, of course, anyone who's been even lightly watching the news or monitoring the news, this is going to be the top concern, the top story for everyone. So now the big story today, that strong statement by the WHO director saying that this is not a drill. The time to act is now, and WHO has asked countries to take coronavirus seriously. And what is disturbing about this statement given by the WHO director is that he actually warns that there's a long list of countries that are not showing the level of political commitment, those are the words he uses, needed to match the level of threat we all face, warning that countries across the world are not taking coronavirus seriously enough, because remember, outbreaks are surging across Europe, and in the United States now 12 deaths have been reported. Global markets have tumbled. The Indian market also tumbling today as expected. One, on the coronavirus fears. Of course, that moratorium on Yes Bank also playing up as a concern on the minds of investors. So you have coronavirus fears affecting the global markets. You're having it affecting the Indian markets. It's Freaky Friday on the stock markets right now. This epidemic has wreaked havoc in the tourism industry, in the aviation industry, sports events at schools have been cancelled. You know that primary schools in Delhi have been closed for this month. Those were the orders of the Delhi government yesterday evening. So all primary schools closed till the 30th of March. So this is not a drill, says the WHO director. This is the time to act. We must take this problem seriously. So the question, of course, is India taking it seriously? Are we on that long list of countries that WHO says is not waking up to the challenge, and we're going to miss the bus? Well, we try to ask, put this question across to the director of the All India Institute of Medical Sciences. Let's listen in to what he had to say.
There is a real concern, although there is no need to panic. But my concern is that we need to have a good surveillance system so that we're able to pick up all of those who have come in contact with these index cases, and they don't then become the source of a widespread cluster occurring in areas where they have come in contact with other individuals, and there is a sustained human-to-human spread which is indigenous rather than from a person who brought it from out.
All right, so that was basically the important bite of the All India Institute of Medical Sciences Chief Dr. Randeep Guleria, the director of AIIMS, saying that if you see that interview, and it's up on our website, you can access it. We spoke with him last night. He says that there's a huge number of cases in India that will already stretch an already challenged system. So one should avoid essential travel, non-essential travel at this point of time until the picture becomes clearer. So a warning from the World Health Organization that countries are not taking coronavirus seriously enough. Remember, outbreaks are surging across Europe. in the United States, medical workers have sounded warnings over a disturbing lack of preparedness at hospitals. Remember, that's the state of affairs in the US. How different will it or can it be in India? Meanwhile, global markets already tumbling over these concerns. There's an impact on the economy. Countries are taking drastic steps to prevent the spread of the coronavirus. Remember, around over 3,000 people have been killed. 80 countries have been affected. Cases are soaring in Europe, France, Greece and Iran. Japan, an effect on international businesses, tourism, sports events and schools and colleges cancelled. China still accounts for the largest number of cases. Remember, China is where the virus emerged late last year. And now you have the WHO chief saying this is an epidemic, which is a threat for all countries, rich or poor, and that heads of government in every country need to take charge of their response, coordinate all sectors. Remember, the health minister yesterday was at T3 wearing a mask, claiming that the systems are under control. People are being checked. International travelers starting from today arriving in India have to undergo a strict check at the airport before they go in for their immigration. So India says they are on top of the situation. Hopefully that still is the case. But we at NDTV continue to bring you live, full, complete, in-depth coverage of the coronavirus spread. We're constantly doing shows on our channel, speaking to experts about what you can do to ensure that you and your loved ones are safe. Thanks for joining us.